As I teach Stop the Bleed courses in our community, I'm frequently asked, where can I get a Stop the Bleed kit? Today I'm going to discuss what is in a Stop the Bleed kit, where you can buy one, and how you can make your own kit so that you're ready to save a life. If you have not yet taken a Stop the Bleed course, now is the perfect time to go to bleedingcontrol.org and learn where you can attend a course in your community so that you are ready to save someone from life-threatening bleeding. Stop the Bleed is a 1.5-hour course that teaches you how to save a life from life-threatening bleeding. It teaches you how to use a Stop the Bleed kit, or whatever you have available, to stop the victim's bleeding and get them to a hospital. It teaches 3 basic skills. How to use gauze or any available cloth to apply direct pressure to a bleeding wound. How to tightly pack an open wound to stop bleeding, and how to apply a tourniquet. You can buy Stop the Bleed kits online at bleedingcontrol.org for a little under $70. Purchasing a kit online is a quick and easy way to make sure that you are ready to save a life. Let's take a look inside and see what's in a Stop the Bleed kit. A commercial Stop the Bleed kit contains a military-grade North American Rescue CAT tourniquet, a package of hemostatic quick clot combat gauze, a compressive dressing, gloves, and a marker. If $70 is more than you can afford for a Stop the Bleed kit, with a little time and effort, you can put together a very functional kit yourself for less than $20. That is the purpose of today's video. There are a variety of different tourniquets available. The military CAT tourniquet is probably the easiest one to use and can be applied with one hand if you are the victim. A brand name North American Rescue CAT tourniquet will cost around $35 new, but you can easily find them on eBay for half that price. You can also find generic CAT tourniquets on eBay and Amazon for around $10, which work well. The SWAT tourniquet, a long piece of elastic rubber, is also common and retails for around $12. The RATS tourniquet is another tourniquet to consider. It retails for around $17. All will help you to stop bleeding. A tourniquet is perhaps the most important item in your Stop the Bleed kit. I would recommend picking up one of the North American Rescue CAT tourniquets, as it's dependable and easy to learn how to put on. If money is more of a concern, pick up one of the generic CAT tourniquets that's available online. There are 2 main types of gauze that you can place in your Stop the Bleed kit: hemostatic and non-hemostatic. Hemostatic gauze is gauze that has been treated with various agents to help the victim's body stop bleeding. You can buy hemostatic gauze online or in your local camping store. It can get a bit expensive, with a package of quick clot combat gauze or Celox running $20 to $40 each. Regular gauze will work just fine for the majority of wounds that you might encounter, and it's much less expensive than the hemostatic products. If you're concerned about space, you can buy these compressed gauze rolls, which are the same size as this, online for a few dollars each. If you're really concerned about cost, I found these at the local dollar store for, you guessed it, $1. At that price, you could pack several of these into your Stop the Bleed kit. Some kits will include a large compression dressing that you can apply over the gauze that you have packed into a patient's wound. Commonly known as an Israeli or battle dressing, these can be purchased online through Amazon or eBay or at your local Army-Navy surplus store for about $5 to $10 each. A compression dressing is not an essential part of your Stop the Bleed kit, unlike a tourniquet or gauze. In a pinch, with some duct tape, you can use something as simple as a diaper to be able to add compression to the gauze and hold your dressing in place. Gloves are a great item to have in your Stop the Bleed kit. I found this bag of 8 nitrile gloves, the same gloves that we use in the hospital, at the dollar store. Keep in mind that you can also use whatever you have available, such as a plastic shopping bag, to protect yourself from coming in contact with the patient's blood. The most important thing is, after you've saved that life, wash your hands with soap and water. So there you have it. You can buy a kit online, or you can make one yourself fairly inexpensively. The key is having a kit available when you need it. No patient should ever die of uncontrolled bleeding. Take a moment right now and go to bleedingcontrol.org to find out where you can take a Stop the Bleed class in your community. Stop the bleed, save a life. To learn more about Stop the Bleed, where you can take a course, or to purchase a Stop the Bleed kit, go to bleedingcontrol.org.